Hello, and welcome to day one of this 30-day Business English Idiom Challenge. I am so excited to be sharing this challenge with you, and I really look forward to helping you increase your professional English. So, the purpose of this challenge is to go through, learn, and really become comfortable with a large number of idioms that are really useful in a business or professional context. Um, I am going to be going live every single day and covering around about 5 to 7 idioms. When I've finished, I will place into the comment section chapters so that you can skip ahead to the summary of the idioms if some of them you know. And the material will remain in a free course that I will also eventually provide the link for. So if you can join live, that's amazing. But I know a lot of people watch on the replay, and the material will be there for you to go back and look at again. If we haven't met, my name is Sarah from Free Your English. I'm going to share my slides and get into what we are looking at today. We are looking at idioms related to initiating discussion, so starting conversations or starting projects even. If you're watching on the replay, I would love you to share in the comments, what is your favorite English word? Do you have one, a word that you really feel is funny or comfortable, or you just like the sound of it? I know in my second language of Brazilian Portuguese, I really like the words that end in mente. Just like the sound of that, like constantemente. I just like the sound of those words. So anyway, do you have a favorite English word? Tell me in the comments. And as always, tell me where you are listening in from. I really love to see where in the world you are. Okay, so initiating discussion. Um, you probably know, because these videos and the work that I do are aimed at intermediate to advanced learners. So you've probably studied idioms, and you know that an idiom is an expression that holds a different meaning to its literal meaning. You have to study them. You can't really figure them out just from hearing them. You can sometimes figure them out from the context, and that is what we will do. So if you're watching and you know that you are not yet at an intermediate up towards advanced level, just bear that in mind, that this might be a little bit challenging for you. So why are idioms important? Well, they are used frequently by native speakers, and in business, they are important for connecting in spoken English. Not so much in written. You want to be really careful that you don't use them in written English, because they can sound quite informal. But in professional settings, idioms will be used a lot in spoken English. So meetings, workshops, when you are networking with people, they will be communicating using a lot of business idioms. Do you have a favorite idiom? Again, I would love if you shared in the comment section whether you're watching live or whether you are watching on the replay. Tell me, what's your favorite idiom? Okay, these are the idioms that we will cover today, and there will be a really short quiz at the end as well. Some of them are quite similar, and we will talk about that. Okay, first of all, we will look at the idioms in context, and that will give you a chance to think, do you know this idiom? Have you heard it before? Or could you look at the context and really get a feel for what it might mean? So it's always good to use language in context and think for ourselves, could I figure out what that means if I was hearing that in real life? And then we'll study, of course, we'll study the meaning. So let's look at this example that uses all of those idioms that we're studying for day one. I'll read it out and give you a chance to really absorb them. The new team leader, Jane, knew it was time to kick off the meeting. Let's get the ball rolling by discussing our goals for the upcoming quarter, she declared. As the ideas flowed, tensions eased, and soon laughter filled the room. Looks like we've successfully broken the ice, Jane remarked, pleased to see her team getting on so well. Each of them had lots of suggestions. It was great to see everyone bring something valuable to the table. Encouraged by their progress, the team knew they had planted the seed for success. They were ready to open the door to new ideas and tackle their project head on. Okay, so that's all of our idioms for the day in that short extract. At the end, it says tackle their project head on. Tackle something means have a go at, really decide to take action on it. And if you tackle something head on, you do it with determination and a lot of action. So I just thought I'd point that out because those aren't part of our idiom list for today. So our first idiom, get the ball rolling. What do you think it means? I'll give you two sentences with this idiom and see if you can think. Have you used this before? Tell me in the comment section, what do you think it might mean? So the first step to success is often just get the ball rolling by doing one small thing. We've been discussing the new marketing strategy for weeks. It's time to get the ball rolling and start doing some tasks. Okay, if you're watching on the replay, pause here and think to yourself, what does it mean to get the ball rolling? It means to start an activity or a process, to initiate something, to begin, and often like a small beginning, like a gradual beginning. So we might talk about get the ball rolling on a new project. We might help someone begin and get the ball rolling, or we might start, get, or keep the ball rolling. Okay, over to you. Can you share an experience where getting the ball rolling early made a significant difference in the outcome? It would be really good to open up the ChatGPT app and tell ChatGPT something like this. ChatGPT, I am going to share an experience where I describe how getting the ball rolling early made a significant difference. I'm going to speak for 2 minutes and then I will say the word finish. At that point, please give me feedback. So doing something simple like that with the ChatGPT app can help you get some really good speaking practice. It is, of course, also useful to write out your thoughts. And I would love if you want to share in the comments your example using this idiom. So I've got some prompts here at the bottom. It helped me to get the ball rolling on my IELTS studying by buying a textbook. I am glad I got the ball rolling by deciding to do a couple of tasks every day. It made the process easier. See if you can write out an example sentence using our first idiom. Okay, our second idiom is to kick off something. This is the same as the one that we've just studied, to get the ball rolling. It also means start. For this idiom, I would like you to think, can you notice how it is slightly different to get the ball rolling in its connotation? Connotation of a word is the thought and the feeling that goes around it. So get the ball rolling, kick off something, they both mean start, but the thoughts and the feelings around them are just slightly different. Can you get those nuances, those small differences? Here are some example sentences. We'll kick off the conference with a ceremonial ribbon-cutting ceremony and welcome address from the CEO. The event will officially kick off at 6 p.m. with a performance by the local choir. Okay, so same thing. It means commence and start, but while get the ball rolling implies a gradual beginning, almost like you're pushing a ball and it will be slow at first and then it will gain momentum. While get the ball rolling means a slow beginning, kick something off is a bit more of an implosive or faster beginning, and it implies a more deliberate, impactful, and perhaps ceremonial start. So if you're talking about a big event, right, like we are having a kick-off event for our launch of our new product, then you would say kickoff, where there's something special happening for it to beginning, so for the beginning of it. So this is from sports, where they have a literal kickoff where the ball is kicked, and that is kind of, a ritual that starts the game. So kickoff is the same as get the ball rolling, but just has that feeling and that thought of it being a little bit more ceremonial. But you can use them interchangeably. Use them to be the same as to get started on something. Okay, here's a question for you to consider. In your opinion, what are some effective ways to kick off a team meeting to ensure everyone is engaged and motivated? um, our team likes to kick off by venting. I know this is quite common. It's probably not the most positive or productive thing. But in my day job as an English teacher, sometimes we kick off our meetings by venting. If you are venting, you are discussing your problems and frustrations. So because we work well together as a team and we know each other well, it's not the most positive thing, but it does provide a positive function in that we vent, we complain, we express our frustrations, and then we're a bit more of a positive mindset. So I don't know that I would advise that as good advice, but how does your team like to kick off meetings? Can be different if you are a large team that don't know each other versus a very small team that work well and with each other and really know each other. So example sentences, some prompts are there for you. I would love you to take those and run with them, as in have a go in the comment section. Can you share with me how do you think, how does your team kick off meetings, or what is the most productive and positive way to kick off meetings? Okay, moving on, we're looking at to bring something to the table. The company hired her because she brings a lot of experience to the table. Each member of the group needs to bring something valuable to the table to make the project successful. So again, if you're watching on the replay, pause, have a think. What does that mean to bring something to the table? Well, it means to contribute something valuable, like skills, ideas, resources, um, something that you can offer that contributes to a project or a situation or a meeting. So it's an offering. What can you, excuse me, what can you bring? What can you offer? So bring something valuable to the table in terms of a meeting. It might be an idea that you've been working on that you want to share. Okay, describe a time you felt proud you brought something really valuable to the table. Think about what that was and see if you can um, practice speaking on your own, or in the comment section, write out a sentence. I felt proud of bringing my expertise with that client to the table because I had a valuable insight to offer. There you go. Something like that. Put it in the comment section. I would love to see what you come up with. Okay, break the ice. So this is not about physically breaking the ice, of course. Here's two example sentences for you. Commenting on the weather can be a good way to break the ice in a casual conversation. A smile can often break the ice when meeting new people. So, what do you think that means to break the ice? It means to kind of warm up the situation. So, to initiate or facilitate social interaction in a situation where there is tension, shyness, or awkwardness. So, if you break the ice with someone, you kind of start that initial conversation like, oh, hi, how are you? How was your weekend? Kind of finding a way to connect with someone. In your opinion, what's the most effective icebreaker activity for starting conversations at events or parties? So, an icebreaker activity is something that helps you break the ice. It helps you warm up to each other, it helps you communicate and start to feel comfortable. So, talking about your weekend is a great way to break the ice before meetings. Um, Again, share your practice sentences in the comments. I would love to see. Okay, open the door to something. This one's a little bit easier to understand the context, but here are some examples. Traveling to new countries can open the door to different cultures and perspectives. Taking on new responsibilities can open the door to career advancement. So it means to create opportunity, to allow opportunity. Just like when you open a physical door, you're going into a new space. In the same way, we're talking about opening up to a new reality, a new space. So it can be something that facilitates a change for you. So you can open the door to change in your career. You can also open the door for someone else. Um, Here's an example. Have you ever had a mentor open the door for you professionally? So somebody who helped you in some way with a suggestion or a tip, or maybe by creating a connection for you, introducing you. Me personally, I am grateful to my mentor who opened the door for me by introducing me to the person that gave me my first teaching job in a school in Canada. That connection was really valuable to just get a interview. It wasn't something that helped me get the job, but it opened the door for me knowing how to go through the application process. So it was really a valuable thing to be introduced to somebody that said, oh, this is what you need to do to follow the interview process. And so my mentor opened the door for me. She helped me understand that process. What about you? I'd love to see in the comment section. Okay, this is our last one, I think, if I remember correctly, and it is plant the seed. Kind of like open the door, it is a little bit easier to understand the context of it. Okay, some example sentences. The mentor's advice planted the seed of ambition in her to pursue her goals. We need a good ad campaign to plant the seed of curiosity about our new product before we launch it. So, ad is short for advert, and plant the seed means to cause an idea or a feeling to be in someone's mind, to kind of plant the seed of that idea so that it grows. So we can plant the seed of something, we can plant the seed in someone's mind. We are starting an idea. So I am today, hopefully, planting the seed of understanding business idioms better and understanding why they are valuable. I'm putting that idea there for you. Okay, your turn. Can you recall a situation where someone planted a seed of doubt in your mind? How did you handle it? So there's a good collocation, a seed of doubt. So that's something negative, obviously. There was just the beginning of an idea that you are starting to doubt this person or this project or this situation. So there was a seed of doubt planted when I realized the business we were working with hadn't met their deadlines. What about you? Can you think of an example sentence? Put it in the comment section. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yes, it is. Because here we have the little extract again. I'm going to read it one more time just so you can see, has there been a bit of a change in your understanding of these? And then we will go into the quiz and some suggestions for further practice. Okay, here we go. The new team leader, Jane, knew it was time to kick off the meeting. Let's get the ball rolling by discussing our goals for the upcoming quarter, she declared. As the ideas flowed, tensions eased, and soon laughter filled the room. Looks like we've successfully broken the ice, Jane remarked, pleased to see her team getting on so well. Each of them had lots of suggestions. It was great to see everyone bring something valuable to the table. Encouraged by their progress, the team knew they had planted the seed for success. They were ready to open the door to new ideas and tackle their project head on. Okay, let's do the quiz. You might want to grab a pen and paper, or you could do it in your phone, but I think it would be good to write down what do you think for these, or of course, put it in the comment section. Okay, so number 1, the team needs to something on the new project as soon as possible. A, break the ice. B, kick off. C, bring something to the table. Or D, get the ball rolling. Now, because kick off, get the ball rolling are very similar, there might be more than one for some of these. Okay, number 2, and I'm going to get my face out of the way so that you can see it. We'll officially something the event with a speech. A, get the ball rolling. B, kick off. C, bring something to the table. Or D, break the ice. What do you think? Oops, that's not. There we go. Okay, number 3. Each member of the team should feel free to something their unique skills and expertise. A, get the ball rolling. B, kick off. C, bring to the table. Or D, break the ice. Number 4, John told a joke to something at the networking event. A networking event is where you go to an event to specifically speak with people and connect with them and make new connections. Okay, John told a joke to something at the networking event. A, get the ball rolling. B, kick off. C, bring something to the table. Or D, break the ice. Okay, number 5, learning a new language can something exciting job opportunities abroad. A, kick off. B, open the door to. C, bring something to the table. Or D, break the ice. Okay, last one. She hopes to something of entrepreneurship in her students' minds by sharing stories of successful startups. A startup is a company that's small and is just beginning. Okay, A, break the ice. B, kick off. C, bring something to the table. Or D, plant the seed. Okay, that's all of them. Let's go through the answers. So the team needs to get the ball rolling on the new project as soon as possible. Now, we also, for number 1, could have said the team needs to kick off, but we would have to take away on. So we'd say the team needs to kick off the new project. That would also work, but we need to change it a little bit. So really the answer is 1D. Okay, number 2, we'll officially kick off the event with a speech. Number 3, each member of the team should feel free to bring to the table their unique skills and experience. Number 4, John told a joke to break the ice at the networking event. Now, for that one, John told a joke to kick off at the networking event. That would also work, but it would have a different meaning. So that would be saying John started the event. So perhaps he was the host. He started the event by telling a joke. And we could also say John told a joke to get the ball rolling at the networking event. That would have a slightly different meaning as well, that he's starting the event by telling a joke and hoping to build up from there. So get the ball rolling, kick off, and break the ice would all work, but they just have slightly different meanings. Okay, number 5, learning a new language can open the door to exciting job opportunities abroad. And the last one, she hopes to plant the seed of entrepreneurship in her students' minds by sharing stories of successful startups. Okay, how did you do? Tell me in the comment section. Did you get all of them? Are you confused by any of them? Do you have any questions? Let me know. I would love to see your comments and questions, and I will come back and have a look at all of them. Okay, last thing I would like to share with you is a reminder about my loop listening method. I've got a video about this. It was a live that I did covering this that kind of went disastrously in terms of tech. Thankfully, the explanation of this method wasn't disastrous. So I will link to that video. But to give you a quick summary, the loop listening method is a way of helping you really consolidate your understanding of new vocabulary, and indeed help you understand English listening better. So it helps you work on your listening skills, of course. And it uses repetition to do that. I think repetition is something that we often undervalue because it's really, really useful. You want to go over these words, these idioms that you've learned over and over and repeat them. And when you are listening, it's really good to listen over and over to short extracts. So the loop listening method involves listening 3 times at a fast pace and writing down what you hear, and then doing the same at a slow pace, and then listening to the transcript as you actually read the actual words and comparing it to yours. This you can look at slowly in your own time, but I just wanted to share that I have included a transcript and a listening that you can do that will go through and use one of these idioms. So I'm going to see if I can get it to play as an example and you can actually hear it.
Fundraising project.
Oh yeah? What about it?
Well, I think it's time we got the ball rolling on our marketing strategy.
I completely agree. It's past time even.
Okay, so that was part of the extract. I'm not sure if you could hear it, but if you would like access to the slides that I'm using today, then you will have the audio at a fast speed and a slow speed, as well as the transcript. You can check, did you manage to do the exercise properly for the listening? And that's just a nice way of consolidating some of your learning and having a really good chance to practice. So I will leave a link to where you can access these slides so that you can review if you would like to. And I would say thank you for joining me for day 1. And I really look forward to continuing on in this challenge. And as always, I welcome your comments and questions in the comment section. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.